Hey guys, happy Monday. What is going on? All right, it's a new season. It's time to reimagine your life. And this chat is going to be about how to jumpstart a fresh start. So get into it.
She's here to shine a light, meet newbies touching lives, create community.
Your passion set on fire, energy sends you higher.
Dreams are reality.
Just Jamie.
I love that intro so much. Gosh, I remember hearing that song in my head, and I knew because I am a host and have always had this thing of being like Oprah, a talk show host, that I'd write my own theme song. So that song you just heard, I wrote my own theme song. I sang it, and then I called two of my singer friends, and I'm like, all right, I need y'all to sing this like this. This is what we're doing. Then I grab a producer friend. We all hit the studio one night and made it happen. So just a little backstory on that. But hello, it is a new time, a new era, and it's time to reimagine your life. I know you're feeling it. I know everyone's feeling it. Even if you don't know you're feeling it, I know you're feeling it, because that's just what the energy is right now. We've all been through a lot, especially when it comes from, we think about 2020 and what life was before March of 2020. We think about everything we've been through in the past 3 years. And I think now is the perfect time to look at what things used to be, look at how things are now, and integrating those things in a way that is just more authentic to you. Not what other people say you need to be doing or what you think you should be doing for this or that, but a real aligned flow that is personalized for you. So a few ways that I feel like you can begin to reimagine your life and do so from I don't want to overuse the word authentic, because I feel like we use that word so much that it's just like, be authentic. And you're like, okay. But something that's your own personalized flow with less outside guidance or whatever. Don't let that interrupt what you want to do. So one of the first things when I was reimagining my life, and this is something that I do often, I feel like every 2, 3, 5 years, you get this moment to kind of like stand back, look at yourself and think about, all right, this is working, this isn't, this is what I want to do, this makes me happy, or whatever it's going to be. So one of the first things is to remember that what you have and what you do does not indicate your worth or value. So don't get it confused. Your worth and your value are not tied to what you do and what you have. When you're reimagining your life, I believe that's one of the most important things that you need to remember and not get confused, because we've almost been raised to think that our worth and our value comes from what we do. If you're a CEO, then you're more valuable than the janitor because you do this, you do that, you have the title, you're ba, 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 ba. If you have this kind of house or this much money in your bank or this type of person, all this, you're this and that, and this speaks to you in this way. I think we're done with that. And it's not to say don't have the money, the house, or the title, but that doesn't define your worth, your personal worth, and your value. If you don't understand the difference between that, you may have a hard time really getting into your personal flow, because you start to choose things based on what you have to prove to others. I was listening to this girl talk yesterday, and it made me so excited because it made me feel in alignment. But she was talking about how she has $1 million business. She had worked hard and done everything that she needed to do so that she could live the life she's living now. So she could have, at first it was a $10,000 month. And it was like, oh, I did that. Was it an accident? Was it a fluke? But then you do it again and again and again. Then a $10,000 month turned into a $100,000 month. And that was the goal. It's like, oh my God. Then the $100,000 month turned to $1 million and more a year. And she was able to hit that a few years in a row. So now she sits with all her goals checked off and is realizing, okay, like, what do I do now? Who am I now? What is going to continue to fuel me and move me forward? I've hit all my goals. And to be honest, hitting my goals still feels like they did yesterday. I made $1 million last year. This is a new day of the year. And I still feel the same as I did yesterday, before I got the check, before I hit the goal, before that. So it led me to think about how much of us are doing what we're doing because we want to prove our worth and value to someone else, and getting to the root of where that comes from. So you guys know I started my coaching program. I got my girls in, we're doing the work. If you're interested, click the link in my description so you can connect with me. And this is why it's important to get to the root of things, because you don't want to design a life based around proving your worth and value to others and then start to achieve these things and it feels no different. You're not sure where your fire is coming from, what you want to continue to do. You get a little lost because it's like, okay, that's done, but who am I really? So it's really important that we get to the root of our function and why we're functioning that way, and make sure it's aligned with who we really are, not what we have to prove, not what we have to convince somebody else of, and all of these things. It's got to be true to you. Or you sit and you have all the things. This is why, you know, millionaires and actors and all this, you think, oh my God, they have this amazing life. Why are they depressed? Why are they abusing substances? Why are they killing themselves? Because we think that the more you have, or the fame you get, or the money and the this and that is going to fulfill your life. And don't get me wrong, some of those things are great to have, but it is much more important that you're functioning from the truth of who you are, so that way this stuff isn't swaying you to perform. Because when you're in performance mode, it gets old, you do fall into depression. It is harder to maintain your drive and fire because it's not coming from a true place. So the goal is to get to the root of your thoughts and everything that you have going on and the truth of who you are, so you can move from that. That's sustainable. That is forever life-giving. We have an endless source of life and energy to give. But how do we tap into that if the way we move is coming from a superficial place? So this is what we want to get rid of. So 10 years down the line, you're not like, I have the husband, the kids, the dog, the car, the house, the money, and I'm still, like, what? This is also why you should enjoy every step of your journey, because a lot of the times once you hit these certain levels of success, you look back and realize when all you had to eat was yo ramen and you was watching Netflix and figuring out how the next day was going to happen in your 1-bedroom apartment, when you're sitting in that 12-bedroom house, 5-bedroom house, and you have everything you think you wanted at that time, you find yourself reminiscing on the times where it's just like, man, we used to get up and grind it out or try early. You know what I'm saying? So it's just an energy to it. It's simultaneous, like enjoying your life, enjoying your flow and everything that you have now, but being authentic on how you attain more and how you move forward. So that way your life is feeling more even keeled and not so up, down, and all over the place, because you're not functioning from an authentic place. So the second thing is, what I would do is ask yourself, who are you? What are you here for? What do other people think that you do? How are you perceived? And what value do others see in you? Now, I know this sounds a little bit contradictory because I'm like, what is it? Do you be authentic? Don't worry about what other people say. And now I'm asking you to take into consideration what other people say. Why? Because sometimes we can't see ourselves. So you think you're just functioning and showing up like yourself and whatever, but other people are like, oh my God, you helped me so much. You know, let me give you an example. When I was redefining myself and reimagining my life in one season, I was going from corporate to something more entrepreneurial. And so I had to ask the people around me, like, how do you perceive me? Like, what do you think I do? What value do you get in being around me? And that feedback was eye-opening to me because I thought I'm just bopping around being me. But I was able to find out that, oh my gosh, you give such great advice. You have poured into my life in certain ways. I thought somebody at one point, and this is a long time ago, thought I was a club promoter. I was not. It's just I happen to know a lot of people and have always been able to pull them together. And all of this stuff. So I got all of this valuable feedback that was able to show me a part of me that wasn't really clicking because I'm in here. I'm just being me. So it was valuable for me to see the value that others found in me. And it helped me reimagine and redefine where I headed. I was like, oh, this is a thing. Y'all think I'm good. Like, y'all are seeing this. You're enjoying this. You're connected to this. Like, that's bomb. Let me keep doing this. So this is why I say feedback from others in that sense is valuable, especially when reimagining and redefining your life. Let that feedback kind of shape some of your next steps because it's showing you what you're great at, your natural genius, things that you're probably not even thinking about. And it also gives you a clear eye view on how to serve. And that is so awesome. Okay. The last thing is plant yourself in fertile soil. What do I mean by fertile soil? A flower seed can't grow on the kitchen floor. Like, it could be a seed all day. You can know all day what you want to do and how you feel and what you want to create and all of these things, but your environment around you and what you plant that in has to be fertile so that your ideas can be cultivated. And to me, fertile soil looks like a lot of different things, right? It's your environment. We can go from your environment being cluttered. Does your space invite the space for you to go in the direction that you say you want to go? You know, do your friends support it? Are the people that you're talking to, do you feel uplifted when you get off the phone, or do you feel drained? What kinds of things are you putting into your mind, your ear gate, your eye gate? What kind of stuff are you looking at on social media? Is it the type of stuff that's going to support where you say that you want to be? Or is it anti? Look at your habits. Like, there's all of these things that create fertile soil, your thoughts. When you're thinking about where you want to be and you have this idea and you reimagine your life and you can see yourself there, what does it really look like? What do the habits of that person look like? And what habits do you currently have that are not in alignment with where you're trying to go? Like, this is another thing that I'm working on as I, up level things over here. And it's really given me an opportunity to say, okay, this works, this doesn't. If I continue to do this, it's going to send me that way. I'm not trying to go that way. I always tell the story about the 1 degree. If a ship is, or a plane, or whatever, if a ship is going from point A to point B, and when it starts at point A, if it's 1 degree off, it's not going to end up at point B. It's going to end up at point F. So there's, most of the time, it's just something small that you can compound with your actions, or something small that you can shift or change or do that is actually going to get you to where you want to go, that destination. So it's like, you're a seed, you got it, you're popping, you're doing it, you're clear, you are educated, you know what you got going on. But again, a seed is not going to grow on the kitchen floor. That's not where seeds go. You got to cultivate that thing. So put it in some fertile soil, right? And I think that was pretty much it. So those are the few things that I have for you guys. It's time to reimagine your life. It's time to rediscover who you are and what that function looks like. And it might require a little more just pen to paper than you would think it is just feeling your way through things. I'm somebody, I'm like convicted in this myself. I'm somebody that will often feel my way through things and make adjustments as I go. But what I'm adding to my life to really help push me in the right directions is writing things down. I'm really writing down my morning routine, what I do, what it looks like, and what I do during the day. And I'm finding these little pockets of time in my day that I could be doing things differently. But I'm doing things aimlessly because I'm not being specific. So everybody's going to be different when it comes to this, but I'm just, giving you guys some examples. So, I know you guys, most of you guys have been tuned in here for a long time, but You know, I just launched my group coaching program. You guys, if you want to hop on a call with me so we can get to the root of whatever it is that you are seeking. Are you redesigning your life? Are you looking to be less overwhelmed and less of an overthinker? Are you tired of dating the same type of guys? Like, let's connect, get with me. There's a 20-minute free phone call that I have. It's a getting to the root phone call. So the link is in bio. I want you guys to watch everything, sign up, get with me. Because I do a lot of reading and I do a lot of work, and I've been through a lot and I've gone through a lot of places, and I'm using all of this in totality. And I've designed a formula that you can use in every situation, whether you're coaching with me or not, to help you move through things from the highest version of yourself. This is all you need. I'm not somebody who is going to sell you something and keep you hooked to me for your whole life. And now you got to always need my advice and my guidance in order to get things done. No, I'm going to set you up with a formula specifically designed to be used in any situation at any time to get you from point A to point B authentically. Not because I'm telling you how to do things, not because there's any force, but it's an integrated method that will allow you to make your own choices, because you making your own choices from the truth of who you are is going to lead you down your own aligned path. You don't need to be like me. You don't need to be like her. You don't need to be like them or that or they, none of that. You need to be in alignment with your life and what is designed for you on your path. So let's have some fun with it. You can click the link in the description below and connect with me. And I'm so looking forward to it. I've been having so much fun with this. Like, I don't know, it's new and it's different, but it's not, because I've always been this person. But now I'm doing it in a more structured way. So I can really get specific, get to the root with people and help pull them out. Like, I'm watching people's lives change. It's amazing, and it's time for that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you're feeling that urge to reimagine and redesign your life. And let me know some of the ways that you're doing that. What are some of the old habits that you're getting rid of? What's some of the new directions you want to head? What are some of the things that you see yourself accomplishing that you literally never thought that you could? But now that you're bold, you're thinking big, and you're headed in that direction. I want to know all of it. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to keep coming to you as often as possible when I have a word so I can share, because that makes me happy, and so does your feedback. So much love to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you actually later this evening, because you know I do the after discussion for OWN TV's All the Single Ladies. And it is episode 8. We are at the season finale, Sexual Awakenings. Okay, so me and the girls, I got Solani and Drea, who were both on the TV show, joining me tonight in conversation about sexual awakenings, which is episode 8 of All the Single Ladies. So you can come back later on tonight if you like. And until then, have yourself a good and productive Monday. Peace.